Today, I'm going to try to avoid starving to death with the world's cheapest disposable grill. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda out here in the wilderness. It's pretty cold. You would probably not barbecue in this weather, but you would probably cook because you are looking for a hot meal. It is just a little over freezing. I think 36 degrees. I'm kind of bundled up here, but I need to cook. I need to eat out here in the middle of nowhere, and that means I'm putting my life in the hands of this. This is a Mr. Barbecue easy to light charcoal grill. Now, I have actually checked out these little portable charcoal barbecues before, and they've worked all right. But one, I've never tried them in this temperature here, really cold temperatures. So if you're out camping, you're in a survival situation, maybe this will work. And I've never tried this one, which is the cheapest one I could find. So many of these are in the $25, $30 range. Sometimes you get two of those for this price, but this one is $9. So it is the cheapest one I can find. Now, with that being said, my hope is that it's actually just priced that way and is not skimping out on the stuff I need. So let's get this thing unwrapped, set up, and try it out. All right, I've got the plastic removed from it, and now we get this cover. Kind of gives us some instructions here, and it looks pretty similar. I see the metal grate on the top there. It's kind of fused in there. Paper wrapping the charcoal briquettes. You can see that comes with a little almost pie tin-like bottom here. There's some holes for venting. There is this little bracket, and this is for holding it up, I believe. I think you put it on like this. So, has it held its shape well? In transit, getting delivered to me, not super well. But what I'm now hoping, we've got just a little mild wind here, maybe only a few miles an hour, but all I have are matches. I don't actually have a lighter with me. So if we can't get this thing lit, this is going to be a problem. And I'm going to have to start eating my travel companions here. So I'm just going to go ahead and so I can get this lit. I'm going to try in opposite corners here too, just to see if I can make sure that any wind that is blowing blows the right way, because I'm not sure. Okay, it looks like it's going to go in this way, so that's actually probably not bad, but we'll go ahead and let this thing start firing up here. And actually feels nice to have the flame right here because it feels pretty nice and warm. I'm always kind of wondering if the paper is enough to get those briquettes going, but we'll let this burn here and see if we can get to those briquettes going. I actually don't see any yet, and because you can see we have a large opening right there where there are no briquettes, I kind of wonder if I can stick a little thin stick in there and kind of push them around a little bit. Otherwise we're going to have some hot spots potentially over in that corner there. So I'll just let this continue to burn the paper away, and then we will check it out. All right. What I'm pretty happy about with is it actually seems like the paper gets the stuff going pretty good. I guess maybe the plastic wrap helps keep whatever accelerant might be in there. I'm assuming that there's something soaked into the briquettes because they kind of light up easier than they do with my real charcoal barbecue. But I did find this little stick here. Just going to see if I can push down some of this aluminum foil. Kind of make some space in here. Maybe I should have found something a little smaller, but it's going to have to work. I guess any smaller though, and it starts to break apart. Okay, so what I am going to try to do here is just move some of these around if I can. The holes in the grate aren't very big, and so it's not super easy to move the stuff around. And I will tell you that I can't remove the grate either. What is probably easiest here is actually if me pick it up and just kind of like shift it, dump it a little bit, to one side. Kind of get up like this. All right, so that's my little pack there. Oh, that fell off the stand, so I'm gonna get that back up. Okay, I got the briquettes centered for the most part here. It's probably not going to be the most even heat. It's definitely pretty hot there in the middle, which is nice. Now, what I do like about this is we have a pretty big square here, probably 11 inches by 13 inches. Now, not all of that is usable, but I am going to try to put 4 burgers on this thing. So if you have 4 people, you should be able to try to feed them all. And I want to make sure that we can do that. Now, I'm worried about not enough heat kind of in these corners. So as these kind of burn a little bit more, I am going to let them maybe get a little hot and red, and then I will try to push a couple of the briquettes a little closer to the corner here just to get some of that heat out to some of the other corners here where it's probably going to be a little cooler. Okay, I'm on it. All right, the coals haven't settled in quite yet. I did get them spread around a little bit here, but because it's so cold, I'm going to go ahead and start throwing the burgers on now because I think they're going to need a fair amount of time to cook. And I don't want to rob myself of a burger that needs a lot of time here and waste the flame that we got. You know what I'm saying? And not just the flame that's burning in my heart and my pants, but the flame that we have on the grill here. All right, so these are the famed frozen Bubba Burger patties. They're actually probably one of my favorite frozen patties. They're pretty tasty. They're nice and thick. They have this irregular shape that is regular amongst the patties, but makes it look like you made a homemade patty. But what I like about these is that you can defrost them in your refrigerator. They taste pretty good and they travel pretty well. But as you can see here, I can get 4 of them on the grill. Now, will they cook evenly or not? Like I said, in the middle here, where we got that little flame tornado firing up, they're probably gonna cook a little faster. So I may need to rotate them a little bit, but you can hear them sizzling, dripping, and I'm hoping that I can make some decent burgers out here on the cold, because I bet on the top here, they're gonna stay cold for a while, you know, because it's cold. I can feel it in my bones. All right, let's let them cook for a little while and then we'll turn them around. All right, they've been cooking for a few minutes here. So there's actually a lot of heat because these things are actually cooking a little faster than maybe I thought. But one thing I do want to show you is they are absolutely cooking faster inside. You can see that edge there. This is probably where I flip it because of what it looks like on the edge. But they're cooking in the center there faster. So what I am going to do here is I'm actually going to rotate them before I flip them, okay? And we'll see if that does anything or if I'm just making extra work for myself. Okay guys, top tip for you. As you're manipulating your burgers, be careful. It's probably a little easier with tongs than maybe a spatula, but we lost a good burger today. Went to the ground and didn't get back up. So I'm gonna pour one out for him and we are gonna continue on. And these guys feel even more obliged to become great burgers in the spirit of the patty that was lost. All right, probably have a little hot spot here somewhere, but what I've realized is that me spreading out those charcoals is unnecessary now with the 3 burger patties. One of us on this trip is not going to eat. It's probably going to be Rory McIlroy, but what I'm going to do here is this burger actually looks like it is browning around the edges here, so I think he's ready for a flip, and I don't want to lose him. So I'm going to... Oh my gosh, I almost lost him. Oh my gosh. Someone else was going to have to die on this trip. It looks pretty nicely cooked on that side, which is good. And actually this guy looks like he might be ready for a flip as well. Oh, looky there. Looks like we got 2 contenders. And actually, this guy... All right. We got 3 burgers here that actually look like burgers. A little dried on that side, but let them cook here and see if we can actually get a meal out of this and stay alive one more night. All right, it's going a little slow. You know what I've noticed here is that if I put my hand over here, I can hold my hand here comfortably. If you were using this to warm up in the middle of winter, it wouldn't be a very good source of heat. You'd want to get a real campfire going, but it's putting out heat and it's cooking, but it's kind of a low, slow heat, and part of that is probably the day. But the silver lining of losing one of my burgers here is that now I can actually probably put some hamburger buns on here and get them a little toasty. So I'm gonna just go ahead and try to find just any place I can. Doesn't really matter, probably. Since I got 3 burgers, I'm gonna try to put 3 on there. What I usually will do is just try to toast whatever part of the bun I can and then rotate it to toast another part of it a little later, but that's the plan. So far, so good. All right, we'll keep going. It seems like the buns, Huns, are toasting up pretty well here. Some areas are getting a little better heat than others. But the nice thing about this is that I can actually flip these guys over, and I brought myself some cheese. Live the good life. Little Colby Jack. It's actually what I would name my son if I had named him Maverick Goose Von Panda. All right, so I'm just going to flip these over to give myself the hot side of the burger, to give the cheese something to melt onto because it's already hot. And then we will go ahead and see if they are edible. Man, I hope they are. All right, moment of truth here. We're going to see if we actually have a edible burger. I'm going to go ahead and take this off here and go ahead and grab my plate because I want to make sure I survive this outdoor fiasco. Go ahead and put it on there. I don't have all the condiments in the world, but I do have ketchup. But I'll tell you what, so far it looks like a real burger. And just go ahead and squirt a little catsup on there. And now let's see if this thing is what I need right now, which is a little energy. And I tell you what, the smokiness of the grill is probably a big advantage because it's giving you a lot of that smoky oakiness, woody flavor that you wouldn't get from a gas grill. So yeah, the great outdoors. There's lots of benefits. All right, let's try it. All right, so here's my burger out here in the cold wilderness. And now I'm going to give it a shot and see. Oh yeah, you know what? That's medium well, which is what I wanted out here. It's so hot. Which hits the spot. Oh yeah. So, can you cook over a disposable grill? You definitely can. Is it going to take longer than it would over your home charcoal? You know, especially something that's covered. It definitely is. It's probably going to take 4, maybe 5 times as long, just because of the heat loss and the minimum amount of heat that's putting out. But does it cook? Oh yeah, it does. And it is such a delicious treat out here where, you know, I'll never be found otherwise. Now, the 3 of us are going to be able to eat and survive and get out of here. But we'll have to draw straws to see who's going to die out here and then become fertilizer. But I tell you what, 3 of us are getting out. And on that terrible disappointment, back to the studio. Peter Von Panda, out.